Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Pana Gringo, the podcast for living in Panama. And we are here with someone near and dear to my heart, Nalini Navarro. She is not only the CEO of Do Panama Real Estate and Relocation, but also the main partner at Navarro Guardia Law Firm. And obviously, any of you that have worked with Do Panama probably have already had a discussion or have met Nalini in person. Nalini, so good to see you.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad to be here. I always enjoy talking to you, just having a good chat, keeping updated in what we're doing in Do Panama.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I've known Nalini. I've been in Panama. My Paniversary is coming up in the end of January. 14 years in Panama, and I've probably known Nalini 12 of those years. And, when we started Do Panama, coming out of the pandemic, I've always been addicted to helping people, whether it's with the publications and the apps, with tourism, and just allowing people to, even on a local level, understand all the great restaurants and hotels and activities the country had. It was so easy to move into helping people move here and discover Panama as a place to live at. And, one of the things that really attracted me to Nalini, her law firm, beyond her education, her professionalism, her team's professionalism, is her ethics. This was like one of the main things when we started Do Panama was, we want to help expats like yourself move to Panama and do it at ease and with enjoyment. This is an exciting time in most people's lives to, leave their home country and come live in the tropics, and it's the dream, right?
Yeah. For me, it's so important because I can understand an expat moving to another country like ours. You don't know anybody, it's a different culture. I experienced that with my husband. As you know, my husband is from Poland, so I know what expats feel. So for me, it's very important, to give them the support they need legally and just like a friend. You want like a smooth landing for all the persons that come to our office. We help them, we take them by their hand, we tell them how they can choose a property, we give them the best real estate brokers that we have in Do Panama. And then from the legal part, we tell them how the process go from A to C. So they feel comfortable, they know what they're expecting. And this takes out a little bit of the stress that everybody has when they're moving to a new country.
Absolutely. Well, and obviously with Do Panama, we do a lot of that, a lot of things that a lot of the normal brokerages don't do, which is, helping them obviously with their legal part, but also the furry loved ones, moving pets to the country, or finding schools for your children, or connecting with the right doctors down here, or maybe you find a great resale option, but you hate the tile in the kitchen. We have contractors. So again, giving people that full spectrum, again, I think is what really differentiates us from the rest of the firms. And again, we're all about the buyers. We're focused on the newbies coming into the country and making sure they're getting taken care of. We have 147 real estate affiliates throughout the country. So, we have the largest network of brokers in the entire country of Panama at our fingertips. But, we're always, again, focused on the buyer and connecting them with all of these great options.
Yeah, it's very important, to help them to plan, to take their decisions. So this is an important part that we do in Navarro Guardia. So we tell them, which is the best way to proceed with their relocation, legally speaking. We tell them, first, we need to decide when you're planning to buy, when you're planning to start your residency process, because that way they can plan ahead. We don't want them to take 5 trips to Panama and spend thousands of dollars when they can come in one time and have their residency, buy their property, everything in one
Get
time.
their bank account, get
Get the bank
everything
account
going.
and everything. And for us in Navarro Guardia, it's very important to give them the information to help them do their asset planning, because we have met clients that said that they have come here to Panama, they buy the property on their personal name, and then they have to transfer it to a corporation if they want to do business, or they have to transfer it to a private interest foundation if they're planning to do asset planning. And then they have to pay like 5% on taxes, because you have to pay transfer tax and then you have to pay capital gain tax.
So what you're saying is doing it right from the beginning is very important. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that was one of the things I really wanted to discuss on the show today and allow our viewers to really understand is why someone shouldn't buy a property in their own name. Again, for the protection, for leaving it for their beneficiaries and making it simple. I mean, even when you put it in a private foundation, which is, for anyone in the States, this is like a trust or a corporation, there's things that you can do. There's bylaws that you can put in place so that your beneficiaries, maybe you don't want them to be able to sell a property right away, or maybe you do, and that's a good thing because it doesn't go through a segregation process where it takes 2 years, if it's in your personal name, to get that property transferred over to your family. So I'd love to discuss a little bit about the private foundations and corporations and which ones you suggest to clients and why.
Okay, okay. So this is what I love to do. Like, private foundation is an asset planning vehicle. You know, this is, as you said, for American, is a hybrid between a trust and a corporation. So with a private asset foundation, you are able to protect the asset you're buying, in this case, the property, and you are able to appoint a beneficiary. We recommend our clients to appoint themselves as principal beneficiaries.
Yep.
And if they have any children, they can appoint their children as secondary beneficiary. This avoids that if something happens to them, their children will have to open a probate, which is in Panama something that is expensive and takes like sometimes 1 year.
Or even up to 2 years, I've heard.
Yeah, yeah, sometimes can take more time because it depends on a judge. So this saves you time, saves you money, and it's something really easy to do because it's tailor-made. In the bylaws, you can establish different rules. Like, for example, you can say like, okay, my kid is under 18 years old, and he won't have this asset transfer until he's 25 years old and he finishes college, or if he has a regular job. I mean, many ideas because it's tailor-made to your needs. So this is the advantage of a private interest foundation. The only thing is that private interest foundation cannot start like business. Like, if you're planning to do business with your assets, then I will recommend to open a corporation.
Okay.
You can still keep the asset under the private interest foundation, but you will do all the business with the corporation.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, we do have a lot of our clients that come down here. They want to buy a business or start a business. And, I mean, we have some right now working with one of our top brokers that came into your office yesterday. And, you know, they're buying a hotel. And, you know, the idea of putting that asset in the foundation and then having the foundation rent it to the corporation that runs the business. So if Sue Happy Sally from San Francisco, California, drinks a little too much wine, falls down the stairs, and wants to blame the property, she can sue the corporation, but the corporation doesn't own the property, so it's protected.
Yeah. This is the idea, is to plan everything ahead. We like to do some kind of prevention. I mean, if there are the tools, we have the information, we have the knowledge, we want to avoid headaches to our clients. We don't want headaches. We want to prevent. This is what I like to do. So if you come to Panama from day one and you have the right advice, you know, you should be thinking about this. This is like the future. Not just thinking of the moment of that you're buying the property just to put it under your name. No, you can think ahead, plan ahead, start your private interest foundation, and from then just start working.
Or even better, contact Nalini and her law firm, and she will get you taken care of. I mean, they are so fast. They are so professional. I mean, that's why I'm so confident, and that's obviously, you know, before we started Do Panama, you know, I had been in Panama for 8-9 years. We had known each other through one of her clients that had invested in a previous restaurant. business that we had done, and that's how I really got to know Nalini and understand her professionalism. And again, when I started Do Panama or was looking to start Do Panama, I went to her and I was like, hey, let's do this because you're amazing. We both have the same vision of let's take care of expats wanting to invest in Panama because again, we need to take care of people. There is
Yeah.
sometimes a slight disconnect in the culturals, and we need to make sure that anyone's coming from the US, Canada, Europe, or anywhere, because we're getting people from Australia now and Trinidad and Tobago, that they're taken care of.
Yeah, the most important thing is, to keep the client happy. We want clients for 10 years, as you said. We met 12 years ago, and you're happy working with me as well as my other client that introduced you to me. And this is what I like. I like to have clients for lifetime. I want them to be happy. I want them to feel secure in Panama. And this brings, a lot of peace, to a person when they know they can trust somebody.
Course.
Here in Panama, it's so difficult sometimes to choose an attorney because there are like 36,000, I think, 35,000 in a country of 4 million.
Yeah, it's a lot of attorneys, and I always tell our clients that there's probably again a lot of good people out there, but 95% of them I might not recommend for a foreigner because again, there are great law firms and they work really well with foreign clients on foreign client timeframes. Mañana doesn't always mean tomorrow. It just means not today for a lot of people. And again, that's not good for a gringo. The gringos, they want the service, they want it now, and this is very important.
This is the most important thing. I think we can deliver what the client needs, and we understand the experts. This is the most important thing. When you understand what a person goes through when they decide to move out of a country, you look them with different eyes because you know that they're being really careful. They don't know where to step.
And they're coming in blind. I mean,
They're
they
coming
have
in
to
blind.
rely on
Yeah.
us so much. And that's my favorite part. We had a group this morning with clients that are just so excited to get down here. They're talking about they can already smell the coffee and they're working with one of our top brokers over in Boquete, and it's amazing. It gives me such a joy and such a good feeling. It's like the greatest high is, through the process, but also after the process. Like in 10 months, a year and a half later, when you run into those clients in a restaurant and they're just so happy, and it's like, that's why we do what we do. And
Yes, and we have people from all over the world. I mean, we have people from Germany. We have people now, a lot of people from Poland coming into Panama to invest in Panama. People from U.S., as you say, Trinidad and Tobago, and the list is long, but they all want the same thing: a smooth landing in Panama.
of course, everybody
without
does.
any problems, and that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. And, I want to mention that too, for any Do Panama clients, when you work with Nalini's law firm, make sure when you reach out to them, or you can reach out to my team and they'll get you in touch with her law firm right away to mention Do Panama. Why? Because obviously you're VIP in her eyes. I mean, everybody's VIP in her eyes, but she gives a free consultation to all Do Panama clients. So when you reach out to them or you reach out to the Do Panama office, just mention that, hey, I want to talk to Nalini and I want to discuss with her what I'm looking to do in Panama, and mention Do Panama because you get that free consultation with her, and that's always great. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask, because obviously your law firm does a lot more than just the immigration and opening bank account and all of the normal stuff that comes with moving to Panama. But again, there's people that are coming here that are looking to open a business or do business in the country. And I know that your law firm is really focused on business people. Let's discuss that a little bit, because on your website it even says, for business people, 20 years experience. Let's just go over that a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, well, the most important thing is that we give full legal service in our law firm. We specialize in corporate areas, but as you know, maybe you have a problem with a worker, we can provide you service on labor law. If you have like conflict with one of your clients, we have a litigation department as well. We have an attorney that deals with everything related to maritime law. So if you have a yacht and you want to do the registration, we can help you with that. We can help you with all the licenses that are required in maritime law here in Panama. And we can also help you if you have any maritime litigation. So we provide the full legal service. And business is our expertise. So if you want to open a business, it doesn't matter if you're thinking about a restaurant, if you're thinking about making a real estate development, we have that experience. We know how to set up the whole structure on how to buy the property, how you're gonna establish the developer company, and how to deal with the constructions contract and everything.
Well, I love it. And again, I appreciate you. I appreciate not only your work professionalism, but, down here in Panama, it's like, I always tell people, it's like a high school campus. It's such a close-knit community. You're like a sister to me. You're my family. And again, we like to welcome people into our family. There's so many people that we've helped relocate, retire, or invest in. Again, just seeing people in the community, whether they're here in the city or in Boquete. I go to Boquete a lot. I go to Bocas del Toro a lot. I love, that even if you live in a certain area, like I love living in the city, and people say, well, I can't decide if I want to live in the city or go to the beach towns, or I want to be in the mountains. It's like all of these places are so close, like you can live somewhere and I call them staycations, go to Boquete for 3 nights or go over here for a few nights. And, it's just a really beautiful country to live in. Nalini, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Guys, remember, if you're looking at Panama, Panama's top of the list for retirement in the entire world. And now we're also seeing a lot of people bring their families here. We have some of the best and top international schools in the world here in Panama. We have amazing medical. We use the US dollar. There's so many pros. Obviously, if you're coming from the US or Canada, you're on the same time zone. And these are all important factors, obviously. The number one, and my favorite, is the safety. You have kids, I have kids. Having that safety for not only ourselves, but our children is the top of my list. And again, I love sharing that with all of our viewers and our clients that are coming down. Right now, we're just at the beginning of 2026, and let's just say things are moving very quickly right now.
I think we can add to that we have an excellent banking system. Transferring money to Panama is easy, is safe. We don't have any types of problem with that. And that's important as well.
That's very, very, very important. I agree fully. And again, guys, if you're interested in Panama, if you want more information, visit our website, dopanama.com. Here, you're going to find our real estate network with listings from our over 140 affiliates across the country of Panama. And if you don't find your exact dream home there, just reach out to our team because, again, we have in-house agents that have networks with all of our affiliates. So when you're looking for a specific property, we do a Zoom call with you, a WhatsApp call with you. My team will get on the phone. Again, we have agents in all parts of the country that we can assist you through the full process. And then if you don't know what part of the country is going to be right for you, we also have a relocation survey. It's a free survey. It's 23 questions long. They're multiple choice. So it'll take you about 3 to 5 minutes to complete the survey. Once you complete the survey and submit it, my team gets in touch with you with some general information on different areas that will pertain to you and set up a 30-minute complimentary Zoom call with myself. And this is a great time for me to get to understand you. Again, being a publisher in the country, I've been to every part of the country that you could possibly want to live in at least 700 times in my last 14 years. They say that I'm the gringo that probably has been to more places in Panama than Panamanians themselves. So again, getting to understand you and what values you're looking for your lifestyle, I can give you the best recommendations and have you focusing on the right areas with my team members. And of course, guys, we appreciate all the love and support. So if you can give this video a like, leave us a comment. Let us know if you have any questions for Nalini, for myself, or our team. And of course, if you could share this video on your Facebook page or any other social medias that you use, we'll be super thankful to you and very grateful. And if you're not a subscriber yet, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we're Do Panama, and subscribe, tap on that notification bell so you get notified each time we put out a new video, because we're putting out videos constantly. You know, last year and all the years prior, we were doing a every Wednesday video with myself, and now we have brokers in Boquete, the beach towns. We have one of our top brokers here in the city, David, which a lot of our clients know, and they're all gonna be posting and sharing resale options on the market. So we're really excited about this year. We have a lot of new content. I mean, we're gonna have at least 4 days of content every single week. Again, depending on which area you're interested on, you're gonna wanna watch those episodes. And again, we thank you so much for joining us. Nalini, thank you so much. And
thank you for inviting me. Just to close, I would like to say that the most important thing to do when you're planning to relocate to Panama is to make sure you get the right advisors. This will save you time, and this will also save you money.
And zero headaches, because that's our goal. It's like, yes, saving the time, saving the money, but your peace of mind, you know, just having a fun time. Like, this should be a very enjoyable time. Like, whether you're retiring or you're relocating because you can work over the internet, this should be enjoyable. We want you to have fun. Panama is a beautiful country, and it's such an exciting time in your life. Rely on the professionals. We love what we do. We love helping you guys, and we look forward to hearing from you. Again, reach out to my team, info@dopanama.com, or give me a call. Send me a WhatsApp message or a text message at +507 6767 9710. All of Nalini's contact information for the law firm will be in the text of this video, so you can find her website, her email, and direct telephone and WhatsApp number. And any of you that want to get in touch with her, just remember, mention Do Panama, and you got a free consultation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nalini. Thank you, guys. Until next time, ciao.
Ciao.